Ladies and gentlemen, at approximately 2:15 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, I received an emergency phone call from Texas State Penitentiary. And folks, it was my number one source reassuring me that Ohio State will land Caleb Downs. This is major Caleb Downs intel. There's been some rumors, there's been some murmurings that Caleb Downs is headed to Alabama. I've been told that that's mainly just for site traffic. That's mainly just to get clicks. Caleb Downs, guys, will be a Buckeye, according to my number one source who called me via an emergency phone he smuggled into jail. And guys, we know he still is arrested with that DUI. We're working diligently. We're working quickly. We want to get him out of jail as soon as possible. I want to thank Buckeye Nation for the multiple millions of dollars that were donated. Very, very grateful, very happy. We've got a lawyer. I've personally contacted one from Harvard. We're going to try and get him out as soon as possible. But guys, don't buy the rumors. They're trying to get clicks. They're trying to get site traffic. I've said from the beginning, I'm putting my reputation on the line. Caleb Downs by the end of July. You know how these recruitments work. There's a lot of twists. There's a lot of turns. Alabama's a great school. They offer a lot. But Caleb Downs will end up picking Ohio State by the end of July. That is confirmed. Keep the faith from my number one source. But guys, we've got a big announcement this coming week. This coming weekend, Sunday at noon. It's Jelani Thurman, another tight end. So Ohio State expected to get another commit. If you guys are unfamiliar, very solid recruit. I actually did some research into his overall rankings, and you guys can see the industry comparison right here. 247 Sports has him as the number 3 tight end in the entire nation. I didn't know that. The number 6 player in an extremely talented state of Georgia. On3 has him at 178. ESPN has him at 156. And Rivals, unfortunately, has him outside of their top 250. But guys, pair Thurman with Ty Lockwood. What an amazing tight end class this would be for Ohio State. We understand it's been a little bit rough when it comes to the overall production from the tight ends in Ryan Day's offense. They don't get a lot of catches, so landing these two solid 4-star tight ends, really, really good get. Ohio State, they've been meaning to get 2 tight ends for like 4 classes now. It finally looks like they're going to be able to do it, so it looks like the next commit for Ohio State, Sunday at noon, I believe. And this is another, again, very solid 4-star. They beat out Michigan State, it looks like. Michigan State, we understand they're blatantly weaponizing NIL. So, I mean, you want to talk about another Miami. Guys, did I not call Miami? It's just a complete joke what Miami's doing right now, but they are. People were saying they're the Texas A&M of this recruiting cycle, but actually there's even more schools using NIL, just like I said there would be. If you're not going to punish Texas A&M, more schools are going to start blatantly cheating, and the 3 main ones, well, actually, I mean, you could say Florida, Tennessee, Miami, Louisville. You could go on and on here. We know Texas and Texas A&M are going to be doing it as Texas is going to land Muhammad, the cornerback, Cedric Baxter. Texas is going to stack recruits. Their class is going to be ridiculous with Arch Manning. But guys, focus on Ohio State. Another solid get here. And just another quick thing I wanted to discuss. You can see the so-called top 10 quarterbacks in college football. It has Spencer Rattler listed above CJ Stroud. And guys, this list was created for one reason and one reason only: to generate site traffic, to generate responses. And you can take a look. Over 1,400 responses to this tweet. That's all they wanted to do. This is not a list that actually is showing you the top 10 quarterbacks in college football. They put Spencer Rattler over CJ Stroud. They know Ohio State has the biggest fan base in college football, so that's going to drive up the overall traffic, the overall responses. This list is not meant to be accurate. It's meant to get responses. It's meant to generate more people seeing their stuff, getting PFF College out there, their college grades, whatever. It's a complete joke. Obviously there's no real reason you can have Rattler above CJ at this point going into 2022, but don't react to this type of stuff. It's not meant to be accurate. It's meant to get you to respond. That's their goal, and they completed their goal. You can see 3,000 likes, 2,400 retweets, more than half, I'm sure, are quote tweets from Ohio State fans that are pissed off, and then all the comments, it's ridiculous. Other people on that list, I don't know how Tyler Van Dyke is below Slovis, and they also have Slovis on USC. He's already transferred to Pitt, so a complete inaccurate, bad list there. Also, Sam Hartman is way too high. I'm sorry. The Sam Hartman hype has gotten a little bit out of control, but I just wanted to talk about that. Also, a 2024 recruit to look at, Brian Robinson. And I've said this a few times. The State of Ohio class of 2024 is extremely talented. Brian Robinson, it looks like he's going to be a national recruit. ESPN recently came out with their 2024, ESPN Junior Top 300. Brian Robinson, the pass rusher from Youngstown, was 56th overall. Now, his composite rating, I think he's still in the low 200s, but he's already got an offer from Georgia. If you're a pass rusher from the middle of Ohio and you're a 2024 kid and you already have a Georgia offer, that tells me this kid has a real chance of being a national recruit, and the state of Ohio has a chance to at maybe 4 or 5 composite top 100 players. Bryce West, maybe a 5-star. Aaron Scott, the other cornerback, and Brian Robinson. Galloway, the tight end, we'll see. It looks like he's trending to LSU, but overall, the state of Ohio in the class of 2024 should be extremely talented. Just other recruiting things, guys. We always talk about it, but it is looking like Miami, the offensive tackles going there that are trending there. It is looking Texas A&M, or Miami is the Texas A&M of this recruiting cycle with how they are blatantly cheating, blatantly weaponizing NIL. We knew this was going to happen when they gave $400,000 to a basketball transfer. If you guys don't remember that, about 3 months ago, Miami and their very public NIL gave one of the top college basketball transfers almost $500,000 and a new car, and they publicly bragged about it. And now they're blatantly weaponizing NIL. It's not surprising. It is what it is. Also, there's this other thing from 247 Sports I wanted to quickly discuss. It is the blue chip ratio. And as you can see, these are the percentage of 4 and 5 stars on teams' roster. So Alabama has a 89% blue chip ratio. So 89% of their roster is either a 4-star or a 5-star player. Ohio State is number 2 right now at 80%. Georgia, Oklahoma above A&M is going to change, that's for sure, because A&M is just going to out-recruit them the next few years. But you can see, not surprising at all, Ohio State and Alabama, the only 2 at 80% or above, and Alabama basically at 90%. That's remarkable. Not that 3 stars don't matter, but again, guys, here's the thing. Nobody is criticizing 3 stars, but these type of lists show you that we should be rooting for Ohio State to land the best prospects possible. We're chasing Alabama. They land, it's not like Alabama has a team full of 3 stars. Let's be real. 90% of their team is 4 and 5-star prospects. So when Ohio State gets a 3-star commit, fans are going to be a little disappointed. Having 2 or 3 stars every class is not a big deal. The issue is, especially with the offensive tackle position, if you're constantly reaching and taking projects, if Paris Johnson Jr. goes to the NFL next year, we're going to have a major issue unless we get a massive transfer portal offensive tackle. So you have to criticize when it's necessary. I'm not criticizing this class at all, but I'm saying when people are like, oh, you're criticizing 3 stars. Guys, we try and land 4 and 5 stars because the best team in the sport is landing 4 and 5 stars at a 90% rate. Alabama and Nick Saban, they've won Basically, they win a national championship every other year. The team below Ohio State just won it last year. The best teams in college football that win the national titles recruit the best. 4- and 5-star talent. That's what this is showing. That's why following recruiting is so important, guys. And we have major updates that we're going to continue to bring. But guys, that is going to do it for this video. Make sure you're following me on Twitter. Link to that's always in the description.